Californians are moving to Nevada, as we know, but find out why the train is being slowed down. Buyers, what does this mean to you? And sellers, you gotta watch if you want to know what's next. See you on the other side. Hey, what's up, everybody? Rob Hau, Rockstar Realtor. I am the realtor that makes you the rock star. I'm leaving one of my Rockstar listings right here, just putting up a fabulous home that's in the Southwest, single story, all single story neighborhood, gated, 4-bedroom, 3-car garage, pool, absolute model home, farmhouse style, modern farmhouse style. If you're looking for a home, you might want to get a hold of me. We still have low inventory, but there are a lot of things that are changing right now, as I've been discussing in my videos. And today, with my little thoughts as I drive around, drive thoughts, if you will, I'm going to go from that listing to another one that I'm working on. And I want to talk about a few things. As I said in my intro, I call it the California Slowdown. The buyers in California are being held up. And why is this happening? Well, it's happening because they're having a harder time selling their homes. And that's not just in California. I just know that 40% of our buyers or more have been coming from California. So it's a big percentage of the people coming here. And now that market is slowing down because of really what is a massive interest rate hike in a short period of time. It's not that we have massive interest rates. It's that they move so quickly in such a short period of time. It's a big movement. It's so big that it only happened once, 100 years ago like that. So it's once in a century type interest rate movement in a short period of time. But again, not necessarily super high rates. We're going to, 5.2, 5.5. That's still not super high rates. It's just a shock to the system. And so when you have higher prices and then higher rates, you're getting some pressure there, okay? So the California slowdown means that those sellers in California that want to move, or really from anywhere that has really a higher cost market, when they're moving from a higher cost market to come to Nevada because they want that comfort of what we offer in a place like Las Vegas and Henderson, they're getting slowed down there. So that train that we've been seeing moving, coming here is they're starting to have to lower their prices. They're doing price reductions on their listings. They're not moving as quickly. And so now that's going to affect our market a little bit. And we are seeing inventory go up a little by little, and really kind of a lot by a lot. But we're still in a seller's market overall because of the months of supply being still low. And so I wanted to kind of, explain that the California buyers are getting held up. They're getting held up a little bit. They're coming still. There's still a lot of people who want to come here from all different states, those higher cost of living states. They still want to get out of those places, and they want to sell their homes for what is still nice and chunky prices. But again, it's not quite as robust as it was. What does this mean if we start seeing the market changing? Not even if, as the market's changing, what does this mean for you as a buyer? We have had this affordability issue, right? When you match up the prices going high and then the interest rates going higher, now you have two things that are putting a lot of pressure on buyers. What would be nice is to start seeing some pressure taken off the buyers, and that would mean that sellers are going to have to be, a little more soft on what they expect. Our values are not going to go down unless sellers all decide, yeah, you know what, my house is worth way less, so I'll just sell it for less. We're just not going to keep climbing up and up and away. We are now at a leveling off point. We're going to stay around where we've been. Sellers are going to probably start accepting some different terms. They're going to start agreeing to maybe some closing costs there. They're going to start accepting FHA and down payment assistance programs, which I'm going to talk about more because those loan programs have not been getting accepted at all very rarely right now in this market. And they're going to start coming back. And there is a push in the government. There has been a talk about this and, getting people some down payment assistance money. So, hey, look, if you got a higher interest rate and the prices are higher, but you're getting your down payment paid for you, maybe you want to take advantage of that, right? I would imagine people will. And I think that'll be one way to spur more activity. There are some dangers involved with that. Not so much that, but the next thing I'm going to tell you about, ARMs. And not these kind of ARMs. So that's adjustable rate mortgages. Those were the loans that were really between that and what's called 80-20 loans, which I won't get into what those are, but
if you know what they are, you know what they are.
But ARMs were very popular when, prior to the Great Recession, okay? People would get what's called an adjustable rate, and that meant that after a certain period of time, your rate would no longer be locked in, and it would go with whatever the standing rate would be, or an agreed upon rate hike. And right now, what they're doing is a lot of 7-year adjustables. This can be good and can create flexibility for a buyer, because it means that you can get in at about 1.5 points less than what the interest rates are going for right now. But in 7 years, you're going to have a rate hike. So it means that you're going to have a cheaper mortgage for a period of time, and then you're going to have a rate hike. Now, if you know that you're only going to be in Vegas or only going to be in that house for a certain amount of time, let's say 3 to 5, less than 7 years, it would make a whole lot of sense to get an adjustable rate. I think that's one place that you'd want to use it. But you'd want to make sure that you could sell the home at the time, and that you would sell the home at the time if you didn't want the rate to go up, or you'd have to refinance. If you were to see a ton of these happening, that would be a little concerning, because now we're getting back into territories that led to problems in the past, in my opinion, which is that,
hey, you're always going to make more money in the future, so get that adjustable rate. If the rate, when your rate goes up, so what? You'll have more money to pay for it.
And it's kind of like, that's a little sketchy way of thinking. I always want you as my client to be able to afford the home and even think about, hey, what happens if times get a little tough, But again, can be a useful tool. You just have to know how to use it. And I think that's something to consider if you want a lower rate. Because refis have just gone out the window with this extreme jump in very quick jump in interest rates. Nobody's refinancing their homes. Very, very, very few of those. So there are a lot of lender layoffs. I've talked about it before. That's going to probably continue to happen if there's not as much activity in the mortgage, whether it's resale loans or loans period, and refi loans. So I don't know what this really means to you as a consumer. So much to say that it is an expression of what's happening in the market, and it kind of lets you know where things are at. When there's far less loans being given out, well, the jobs for those lenders aren't there. And there is going to be some change, when it comes to people and entities that make their living from lending. Now, your average residential lender that's awesome, like mine, my guy Ron Kurz, he's not going to suffer because he's always going to have repeat business. He's always getting referrals. The guy is strong. These lenders that are getting kicked off the ship are in a little different situation. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of what's been on my mind and what I've been seeing out there. I do believe there will be plenty to talk about in the future. So keep watching my channel. I appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. If you made it this far, give yourself a gold star. You're awesome. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you very soon. And don't forget, you know Hau, Rob Hau. I'm here when you need me. Contact me anytime. Have a great day, everybody.